What's going on, you guys? So I'm here with a new video today, and hopefully a new series that will be here on this channel. In today's video, I'm going to go over the entire top 16 breakdown from the LCS 12 that just took place. Going to show you guys, of course, all the deck lists that Luxury provided. I'll have a link down below to their Twitch and their website. You guys can definitely follow them there for a bunch of awesome Yu-Gi-Oh! Related content. If you guys are new here, consider subscribing, hit that notification bell. You guys will be notified whenever I upload. You'll also be notified when I stream over on Twitch. The links are in the description. While you're down there, consider joining my Discord community. If you want to purchase any cards that you see to play IRL Yu-Gi-Oh! Please use my TCG player link as well as my Gem Accessories affiliate link, as a portion of what you spend will go back to the channel. It'll help me out and I really do appreciate it. Last but not least, if you further want to support me in the channel, consider becoming a channel member by clicking the join button or by becoming one of my Patreons. So the whole point of this series, you guys, is we're going to go through all the deck lists. I'm going to mention things that I found very interesting. You know, of course, we do have 16 lists to go through. Again, thank you Luxury for providing all the information. Like I said, the links will be down below. Follow there to join their tournaments, watch them on Twitch, everything. You'll learn everything you need to know about Luxury guy by going there. But yeah, we're gonna get into it, so hopefully you guys do enjoy. If you guys do enjoy this series, please give it a thumbs up so that I know you want me to continue this. I wanted to try something new, and I felt that this way we get a full idea of what the online meta is looking like, because it's similar. A lot of times it is similar to remote duel meta as well. So this is the information we got to work with it. So as you all know, first place was taken by Dragon Link. I made a video the other day about it. You already know about this. I don't really have too much to say. I thought this was a very clean list, 40 card list, very clean. Minimized the Dragon made cards, you know, just the one chamber plus the two tidings. It just kept it clean so they're not playing like multiple copies of stuff. Kept the list 40. Side deck accounted for the mirror match. Already prepared for the mirror match with the Dark Ruler no more, so it wasn't too much to say. The extra deck, nothing was really unique. I guess outside of the Appaloosa, just gave you another form of interruption against the opponent. But yeah, this was the first place list. I thought it was very solid and just very you know, streamlined for what you expect Dragon Link to do this format. It also was not the PK build, so it just went with the more like standard lines of what Dragon Link does, and you guys already know it. Mained the Phantasme as well for the mirror match. Second place, of course, though, which was pretty crazy, was Altergeist. So everyone was asking about this list. I know Bordeaux covered it in an interview. You know, shout out to Bordeaux, you guys already know. I don't have that much to say except, wow, like I was very, very surprised to see Altergeist go that far. I'm looking at this list and I'm like, what has changed in this deck since like ever? Like nothing's changed. Like literally it is the exact same list, same 12 Altergeist, the same hand traps of Ash and Imperm. Still main decks the order because it only plays the 5 pots. It's still choosing to play Extrav and Duality over Prosperity. It makes a lot of sense. Extrav combo is great with Duality. The beauty of Extrav is you do get that +1. I think Altergeist players value that because you need to get to your trap cards in this deck. It's one of the few decks that where the trap cards really work in tandem with what the strategy is trying to accomplish. You guys already know with Multi-Faker, of course, you want everything to resolve. I don't really have too much to say. I think the list is just very streamlined, and I mean sometimes that's all it takes. I think where it really shines though is the side deck. If you notice the side deck, it's very well built towards the meta, and you're probably wondering exactly how. Well, of course, Cosmic takes care of back row. Anti-spell slows down the, you know, the decks that rely on a lot of spells. Droplet is like the only new card you see here. Everything else is like old cards that we've seen in previous formats. Droplet's just great. The reason he played this was because against Dragoon, so this is just like the only thing that has really changed. I love that he's playing a pointer and evenly. The reason is you guys already know, trap card plus Faker is game. Anti-spell chain Faker, I mean, what? A pointer, rip a card, chain Faker, what? Like, it's crazy. Evenly chain Faker is like game 2. All of these cards are insane for the deck, so I really like this strategy. I think that, again, I'm going to use the word streamline a lot, but I think it was very streamlined in the sense that it took a very simple approach to the format and figured, you know, Altergeist shines when you go activate trap, and then after resolution chain Faker. Like, I think that's absolutely insane, and I think that's what this player was going for, and it really paid off for them. And extra deck, I don't really have anything to say. The only thing is the second access code talker because of Extra, and everything else is pretty much simple. You guys already have seen this stuff before. Going into the top 4 list, we have Dinos. The unique thing about this Dino list is they were playing a Shaddoll engine of an Aerial, a Dragon, and triple Shaddoll fusion. This gives them the ability to summon either Abcalone, or this is where I really wanted to highlight was the Grista. So this sends a fire monster. Do you guys know that Misk is a fire monster? I mean, Misk is already annoying as it is, but it's also a fire monster. So basically with Shaddoll fusion, you can literally foolish bury your miscellaneous Sarasaurus for Dino combo. I think that's crazy. You already know that this deck wants to go second. Well, they decided to add another engine to the deck that makes going second absolutely insane. And I think that is just a fantastic meta call. The Dark Rulers, the Shaddoll fusions, take care of back row with Cyclones, main decking the Phantasmes for Dragon Link. Like, a lot of players were prepared for Dragon Link this tournament, as they rightly should be. And yeah, I just really like this strategy. In the side deck, having the Gizmek Uku with the white, with the, what is it, the light barrier statue, very strong. And yeah, I don't really have too much to say. Extra deck has become streamlined because of prosperity. You have the room, and you know, I think he just wanted to have a Dweller because Dweller is just insane in this format, so having a second Dweller makes sense. And yeah, he found the room for the Shaddoll card, so I thought this was very cool, and I really am interested to see if this will be a trend we see going forward, because Ariel is insane, also very good against Eldritch in the mirror match, banishing key cards in the grave. So yeah, I really like this. I think this is a very interesting take on Dinos, and like I said, I'll be interested to see if we see more of this going forward. But very cool list for Dinos. I like seeing when new techs and new stuff come into the deck, so that's awesome. Rounding out the top 4, we had Prank Kids. Not too much to say. Prank Kids, there were like 5 Prank Kids. You're going to see 5 Prank Kids list here in this video. Yeah, Prank Kids is insane. Like, they can go first and go second. Obviously, they could just 1-card starters, triple talents, standard. Honestly, like, Ice Dragon's Prison is pretty much standard these days. It's just very good against almost every deck in the format. Hand traps galore with Ash, Imperm, and Gamma. You already know that. Going second, they have Pankratops, Instant Fusion, Desires, like... Yeah, I mean, what's there to say? It's Prank Kids, you guys. Prank Kids is really getting up there this format. I think the most unique thing in the extra deck, or in the side deck, was the Psychic Eraser Laser. I like this. It demands an answer, and if the opponent doesn't have anything, I mean, it's crazy. So I really like this. I think it's a very cool, like, techie card that people are trying out in the side deck, and I'll be anxious to see if more players actually try it going forward. But the rest of this is very streamlined. He's got the Nibiru's. He's got the Skullmeister. Skullmeister's really good, obviously, against Dinos and stuff. Come up against a lot of graveyard-reliant strategies, so I really like this. Shout out to Prank Kids that made top 4. Getting into the top 8, another Prank Kids list. Main decking Lancia, main decking Mystic Mind, main decking Dark Ruler no more. This deck clearly wants to go second. Also has the Tikabus if they do go first. Not only that, you can go second, set up your board, and then flip Tikaboo, and yeah, your opponent just loses. So yeah, Prank Kids, I like that he's playing this. I haven't seen this card like in a lot of lists at all, but yeah, the Arch Nemesis Excados? I suck at pronouncing cards, but anyways, I thought that was really cool. I don't really have anything to say about the extra decks. Like, honestly, there's nothing super unique in a Prank Kids extra deck. Like, they just play what they need to play. And yeah, this one you can already tell is definitely tailored to go in second, so very strong. Next, we've got... yeah, so this was Pure Zoo. I thought this was really cool. Everyone is always looking at Zoodiac Eldritch, but I think a lot of players forgot about Pure Zoo, where you just play a plethora of hand traps, more zoo monsters than usual. You play actual trap cards. You can play floodgates like Macro and Imperial Order, and you can literally just go, like, literally just lock your opponent out. Zeus Turbo with going second, set up a Dryden going first, halter your opponent with hand traps, and you're good to go. This deck I'm pretty sure this deck wanted to go first, but I could be wrong. This deck could go first or second. Honestly, like, this deck very easily could go second. I like the main deck Lancia, main deck Droll to slow down Dragon Link, because honestly, you slow them down, you break the board with Zeus, you're good to go. In the side deck, you're going to notice a lot more players are playing Alpha. Alpha's very good against the Dragon Link board. It demands answers, and it can clear 2 problems, so this card's really good. And really nothing else stands out. I like that he didn't main deck Nibiru. Obviously, it's very good, but it's not good against every deck in the format, so just, you know, you got to be cautious of that, but having it in the side is perfect for the matches where it's really good. Anti-spell, reboot, stuff like that. Interesting to see this deck play reboot, but honestly, he probably could just log games out with Zeus. Like, you reboot, they set another card, and then you Zeus everything away, so it's pretty wild. And then, honestly, everything is standard in the extra deck. But yeah, shout out to Pure Zoo. That's awesome to see this make it into the top 8, you know, instead of Zoodiac Eldritch, so that's just awesome. What was this? Oh yeah, and this is Lundrides' list. Shout out to Lund. He was the only Tri-Brigade player. I liked this approach. I thought this approach to Tri-Brigade, the bird up deck, was awesome. His hand trap choice was very nice with Droll to slow the Dragon Link deck down. And then if you notice, he went pretty trap heavy. He's got Imperms, he's got Trap Tricks, he's got the IDPs, he's got 2 copies of the Revolt. He's even got Needle Sealing and Dino Missus in the main deck. This is just to disrupt the opponent, what they're trying to do. You already know that this deck goes for the Wind Statue and then literally, you know, just locks the opponent out. but having this backed up with trap cards is pretty crazy. So I really like this approach. Again, you see Alpha and Pank in the side deck, very good, going second cards against Dragon Link to break the board. Lancia's in the side, Nibiru's in the side, just standard stuff. Judgments for going first, order blowout cards, and just more back row removal. I like this a lot, and he did go with 3 copies of Shirag, so that was pretty cool in the extra deck as well. But yeah, shout out to Lund being the only Tri-Brigade player. I really like his list. I like this approach, and it'll be interesting to see. I'm glad Tri-Brigade made it into the top cut, because Tri-Brigade kind of fell off the last couple events, but I'm glad that we're starting to see it do more going forward. And then rounding out the top 8, it was it was the Buster Blader deck. Yeah, again, Bortles got a live deck profile with the guy. This is just pretty cool. This deck literally just bodies Dragon Link. Like, it's literally the deck I want to play against all day. I like this. 50 cards is pretty crazy. He played a lot of hand traps. Ash. He played Veilers. People underestimate Veiler, and I think that's incorrect. I think the card, while it's not amazing, can still do a lot. It can shut off key monsters that people forget about. So I like that a lot. Phantasmes, Nibirus, like, this deck is just very cool. It does this whole Buster Lock thing. It's got the consistency with Pot of Prosperity. It can play the Dogmatica cards. It's got the Red Eyes cards to make Dragoon. Like, this deck has everything it wants. In the side deck, very standard stuff, just high impact hand traps, board breakers, back row breakers, order for blowout, and you're good to go. Protection with Dingirsu, very strong. Like, I don't really have too much to say. I think the Buster Blader list is awesome. Again, if you guys want a more in-depth analysis from the player himself, go check out Bortles' video on it. You guys will definitely see that. And yeah, I really like this list. I thought this was a very cool top 8. Like, we had a lot of unique decks in there too. So yeah, shout out to Buster Blader for making top 8. And then we'll go through this pretty quick, but this is just the rest of the breakdown, the top 16, just other things I've seen. Prank Kids, different variants with talents in the main deck, with droplets in the main deck, playing the Thunder Dragon Fusion, not playing the Thunder Dragon Fusion, more hand traps than usual if it's Ash or Imperm, it really depends. Side deck, we're starting to see more pointers. I like that. The Altergeist list played this as well. We're starting to see an added, like, a tech alpha, again, very good against the Dragon Link deck, so that plus Pankratops can help you go second, and just standard back row removal stuff. Not too much to say. Like I said, there were 5 Prank Kids in the top cut. I just like to see the variance on, what cards they choose to main deck or what not to main deck, but I do like the approaches I'm seeing with Prank Kids. So we've got that. We've also got another Prank Kids list. This is the Prank Kids Eldritch list. Okay, I know Robbie was talking about this earlier. He'll probably do a video on it as well. I don't even know how this works, but hey, it must work. Like, it's got a minimized Prank Kids engine, but Prank Kids are just just a 1-card starter engine. Eldritch can literally get started with just the Cursed Eldlin or just setting their traps. You can play blowout cards like Order and Skill Drain, IDP, all these powerful trap cards. Like, I don't know how exactly this deck would work, but it looks very cool, and I definitely want to see if more players are going to try this strategy, because I think it's really cool looking at how these 2 engines can mesh together and actually bring someone success. So I think that's awesome. In the side deck, just more good trap cards, board clears and needle sealing, back row removal. Again, Skullmeister. Another thing to note from this is that we're seeing a lot more players playing Skullmeister, because honestly, it's just still a really good hand trap this format. And yeah, main deck Phantasme, I really like that. And then just standard Eldritch stuff. So yeah, very cool. Plays the Eldritch engine, plays powerful trap cards, it plays a minimal Prank Kids engine that gets you there. So no complaints here. I think it's a very cool deck. And again, I want to see if more players actually visit that strategy going forward. Now we finally got a Alistair deck, you already know. Just very standard Shaddoll, Dogmatica, Invoked. Don't really have anything to say. This is pretty close to like my list that I profiled, like Pack's list. Like, I like this a lot. He did find room for hand traps though. Just 3 Ash. I mean, makes sense. Ash is still the most standard. You need it against just problematic cards. So yeah, nothing really to say. Main deck's very clean. 40 extra copy of Ariel. I like that. Really good in a lot of matchups. Phantasme and Drolls and Dark Ruler really gonna shut down Dragon Link, and then just back row removal for days to just take care of stuff. And honestly, there's nothing unique in the extra deck. Shout out to Kaliga. I think this card is great. So just some standard stuff there. And yeah, another Shaddoll Invoke list, good to go. Then we've got another standard Dragon Link list. Difference with this list, they're playing triple Talents in the main deck. The card's very good. Triple Lancia in the main deck, triple Ash in the main deck. They found ways to fit other hand traps versus, like, instead of main decking Phantasme, like the winning list, they chose to go with more standard hand traps and Talents, because going first, going second, you're a combo deck. You can really get mileage out of Talents. Like, if you can still combo after they stop you, and then you can Talents another card out of their hand, or even draw 2 if you have to, like, you just get so far. Like, this card's crazy. Nothing to say in the side deck. The Phantasmes are there, the Nibirus are there, the Dark Rulers are there, the back row removal is there, and yeah, the rest is pretty standard. They chose to go with Saryuja. I like that card, just helps you draw into other cards, so card's strong, and yeah, just very standard stuff from Dragon Link. But yeah, very clean list again. And then in here we have, yeah, the one Zoodiac Eldritch. Oliver Newton, I believe, was the player that played this. This is, again, very, very standard. High hand traps, standard, just put a Dryden on board, hand trap your opponent, turn it into a Zeus, blow him out. You have the Eldritch cards for follow-up. Like, you're good to go. What else could I say? It's Zoodiac Eldritch. I love that he's playing Phantasme. I'm a huge fan of Phantasme. This format's any deck that main decks it, I'm all for it. I actually really like this list a lot. This is a list I would play if I was playing Zoodiac Eldritch. I like the Nibiru's. I like the Ash. I just like everything, honestly. He even played the 3 Cyclone to account for back row, Mystic Mind, stuff like that. So very, very strong, very standard clean-cut 40-card list. I'm a huge fan of clean-cut lists, so you guys already know. And then, yeah, just more hand traps in the side. And Mistaken Arrest, really interesting. This can be good against any deck that wants to, get cards from the deck to the hand. So they can only get it through drawing them. So this card can shut them down. This is also a card that they can't gamma or stop you with like a hand trap. So this card's pretty cool. I like this card a lot. Order, of course, and then just very standard stuff in the extra deck. So yeah, Zoo Eldritch still doing things. And then we've got, another Invoked Dogmatica Shaddoll list. Main deck Droll, interesting. I guess that's main deck Droll, main deck Talents, really good against the Dragon Link deck. The Drolls, being able to slow them down, because if you could slow them down and put a window on board, a lot of times they struggle, especially game 1 to out that, so that could be very strong. So I like that a lot. I like this approach, and just very standard stuff. This was the coolest thing I saw, though, in the side deck. He played triple copies of Get Out, target 2 monsters your opponent controls or expose them from the extra deck, shuffle them into the deck. That's wild. Like, that could be huge against some of these decks as they're starting to set up. You literally flip this and literally get rid of them, and then they literally they're like back to square one. So this card's really cool. A very interesting tech card for sure. And then in the extra deck, like, everything is standard. Don't really have too much to add, but yeah, everything's standard there. Wrapping up, we just got a couple more lists for you guys. Just more prank kids. Nothing super different here. Droll, slow down the combo decks. 1-for-1, that's interesting. I haven't seen that card in here in a while. Alpha, I'm telling you, make sure you guys have this card. Like, pick it up for sure. Use my TCG player link. You guys already know. I think this card is great against Dragon Link. From what I heard, how it breaks the Dragon Link board and how it baits out negates is amazing. So definitely account for that. Skill drain in the side, back row removal. Yeah, just very streamlined prank kids list. Just different text on what they choose to main deck. If they choose to main deck the droplets, the talents, the Tikaboos, like all of that is like the difference between these prank kids list. And then last but not least, just to wrap this all up, is one more prank kids list. Again, pretty standard stuff, similar to like the list we just saw. The Tikaboos, the Cyclones, the called by. It's got the triple talents. It's got the droplets, the hand traps. Alpha again, skill drain again. Like, all just good cards to break the board. Going first, Judgment. They're just good to go, and then just standard back removal stuff. But that is pretty much all the lists, you guys. I know it's kind of a longer video, but hopefully you guys did enjoy it. Again, if you want me to continue this series, smash that like button. Let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed this, if you enjoyed my analysis. This is basically a peek into what the meta is looking like. I've talked about a lot of key cards and stuff that we're probably going to see more players playing going forward, so definitely make sure you guys have access to those cards, that you pick them up, whether you're playing online or in remote duels or anything like that. Just make sure you have the cards you need, and that you account for what the all this data that we brought here today in the video. This will give us a good idea what our format is like, what to prepare for, and what will happen more in the future. As more sets release, we'll definitely do more of these in the future if you guys enjoyed. But that's everything from me, you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Smash the like button if you did. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.